In, I believe 29-year-old virgin. Let's check on that call first.
Hey, what's up, Theo? It's Zach from Toronto, Canada.
Zach from Toronto, and I'll be up there in Toronto a little bit later this year, so get those passes to JFL Toronto. More?
So my conundrum is that I'm 29 and I never had sex with a girl.
Wow. Dude, I got to think. In, I believe 29-year-old virgin. Let's check on that call first.
Hey, what's up, Theo? It's Zach from Toronto, Canada.
Zach from Toronto, and I'll be up there in Toronto a little bit later this year, so get those passes to JFL Toronto. More?
So my conundrum is that I'm 29 and I never had sex with a girl.
Wow. Dude, I got to think about this, man, because you're 29, you never had sex, huh? Wow. Because let's listen to you. We've listened to me enough. Sorry, I interrupted you, Zach. More?
You know, and it's not like I'm not a freak. I'm a bigger dude. You know, I'm like 6'2", like 230, 240.
Bro, you sound cute enough. There's girls listening right now who would probably fuck you, bro, and a couple dudes too, bro. So one way or another, we might get you out of this jam. Let's hear more.
And you know, I've been spending a lot of time just working on my education. I got some university degrees.
Oh man, so I'll tell you what you are fucking, dude. You're fucking the world, bro, because you're getting yourself some diplomas, dude. You know what I'm saying? You stacking that paper. You stacking that you know, those frame fillers, man. You got a couple hitters. More?
And trying to get a career off the ground. But it's like I never had sex with a girl. And I never really pursued it either.
Wow. So I mean, Joe Rogan talks about this thing called the incels, I think, and it's people that don't have no interest in sex at all. I don't know if that's what you are, because I have to research it a little bit more, and also you could just be your own thing. But this is super interesting, man. I'd love to, I'm gonna have to call you and talk to you on the air about this, but let's finish your call.
But I'm starting to think like maybe I should just give up and be celibate forever.
Dude, I heard this, man. If you don't have sex and you go to heaven, bro, that there's like everybody, it's like you're like a piñata and they beat you open and all of like the semen and all that, confetti or whatever, like, you know, because semen is basically just confetti, but from like heaven. And it all flies out of your body. The people beat you open and it flies out of your body, but it doesn't hurt. It's still, you know, but it's just like, it's like a celebration. It's like a maypole celebration or something like that. Or like, I guess like Cinco de Mayo or something. More?
And also my buddy even, he really likes those hookers, right?
Okay, he's out there escorting. More?
And he even offered to pay for me to fuck a hooker. And I said no, because I'm not doing that kind of shit. But I don't know. What do you think about that? You know, like 29 years old, never had sex with a girl. I got my dick sucked once, but that was a while ago. I don't know. What do you think?
And let's, we had some callers that hit the hotline in response with some suggestions and thoughts. Here we go.
Hey, Theo, it's Wes from Indiana.
What's up, Wes from Indiana? And that is Spanish for Indian. Indian. And that's the Daily Double. Okay, onward.
The 29-year-old virgin called in.
29-year-old virgin is, I thought you were talking about olives at first, and I realized you're talking about this man. Let's hear more.
You should do a hooker or prostitute, escort, whatever.
Yeah, he was asking if you should get a hooker or a prostitute or an escort or, you know, or, you know, somebody who's, you know, tied their panties around their face and is pretending they can't see, even though it's just a small office and all the lights are on, you know, in the back of a, you know, in like a Ramada kind of office. Onward.
And you don't want to be bad having sex the first time with someone you actually care about. I think it might not be the way to go, but it sounds like it might be the way to go. I'm kind of leaning on your side of things on that.
Okay, so you're saying, let's hear more. We got another call that came in here, the last one about the same 29-year-old virgin. Onward.
Hi, Theo. This is Nicole. I just wanted to say something to that 29-year-old virgin.
Thank you for calling, Nicole. And I love how it's just immediately we have all called him the 29-year-old virgin. And that's media. You know, the movie did that to us. 40-year-old virgin, 70-year-old virgin is like, that's got to be happening soon, huh? How is that not a movie? 70-year-old virgin? I'd watch that. Dude, I'd watch 16-year-old virgin. I wouldn't watch like I wouldn't watch any set, but I would watch, you know, a young person dealing with that. I mean, they had that movie Kids a long time ago. and it's about some kids in New York that are trying to fuck each other in like a 3-story apartment or something, I think by a park. Let's hear more. Thank you for calling, young lady.
You have a lot going on for you, dude. You are over 6 feet tall. You have an education. You aren't super desperate to get laid, which girls are kind of into now.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, and look, man, in sex, I think you could be the Christopher Columbus of no coont. You feel me? You could be the Christopher Columbus of not getting coont, my brother, because it's. I don't say this to be rude to you or to say, I'm not trying to put any shame on you. Sex is everywhere. Sex is everywhere, dude. The other day, my buddy, something fell on him at a department store. It was a bunch of pussy. Sex is everywhere, and tits, and even some tits, I think. And sex is everywhere. That's what I'm saying. Is that's a metaphor. That's a metaphor or an allegory for the fact that sex is everywhere. And so what isn't everywhere is holding the line. What isn't everywhere is substantiality. What isn't everywhere is not giving in to temptation, man, because temptation, this is a temptation time. We live in the temptation belt. And where is that? I don't know. Everywhere. Everywhere is temptation. Everywhere. Turn around. Now turn back around, dude. You saw fucking at least 2 temptations. And I'm not talking about the beautiful black musicians. I'm talking about full-time temptation now. 120 hours a week. It never ends. And so to be a virgin these days, come on. Yeah, man. That's special, man. You know what I'm saying? And look, and if I'm going to call you this week, let's chat this week because I want to see. I'm going to be in China, but I'll figure it out. And I'd love to just kind of see what you're thinking about it after you hear some of these suggestions, and kind of what you feel about it. Because if we can, we'd love to. We're not trying to facilitate anything universal, but maybe there's a lady out there who's a virgin. We had Danielle, the virgin, earlier this year, and she dropped that thing off. You know what I'm saying? I think it's honestly a byproduct of being around guys like Jordan Peterson, man. I went in. And, but yeah, man, it was just a wild week, dude. Like, I was sitting in here with Jordan Peterson, man, the Wizard of Oz. I mean, this guy, he coughed and a couple of facts fell out and just hit me right on the shoulder. I mean, it was just fascinating. And you know what? I'll say this. He was very kind, and he was very much like a professor. He was very Canadian. He was very polite. And I didn't feel, sometimes you wonder, well, is this, if you see somebody first and then you meet them in real life, you wonder, well, are they authentic? Is that the real him? Is that who he is? Man, I'll say this. I was not searching for a lack of authenticity, but searching for to see kind of who else was in there a little bit. And I think I think he's pure. Like, he has his beliefs and he knows that people can do better, and he has done his research and he is moving forward, and he is genuinely happy about helping others to feel good. And I felt that 100%. I felt that's what I felt. I felt it as pure as I'd ever felt it. Because I would ask him, about ego. Are you worried about ego? And when fans come up and we even played a call from a fan, when you hear a fan say how much they like you and how much you inspired them, what do you feel like? And it was never about him. It was always like, it's all a wave, and that's not him, and he's just on the wave. And it was great, man. It was really, really interesting, and I feel grateful to have been in here. And I also feel like I failed myself some. I felt like I could have been a little more prepared. I felt like I could have been a little less nervous in the beginning. And I probably, and I did kind of, like, before we started, even just tell him that I was nervous, kind of. And I wasn't nervous as a person. I wasn't nervous as a human. I was just, sometimes you don't know how people who know more than you, facts wise, are going to show up to you when you do not know as many facts as them. So, I just had an inferiority. And so I just, I felt that. But overall, man, it was fascinating. And who knows, maybe we'll get to do it again. We have some other neat guests coming in. Break. These are the children and grandchildren of pirates. Onward.
I'm calling in because I'm a pretty regular listener of the podcast. You're a funny dude. And
Thanks, man. I'm happy to be here with you. Fuck, dude. I am just long day. More?
I was just curious if it bothers you or if it's everybody calling in kind of talking about drugs and stuff when you're sober. And, you know, I'm just curious, as a guy who's in and out of sobriety, I don't care, and I still associate myself with some of those people. But does it ever kind of bother you that, you know, your name gets thrown around in here with, like, drug using and stuff, or does it make you happy because people get help, you know? Because when I was in rehab, I listened to you for a bit, and it helped me out.
Well, thanks for calling, man. I appreciate that. You know, I mean, one thing about AA program is, you know, you're not supposed to use it to have any, you know, any monetary gain or anything like that. And that's fine. You know, I don't have any intention of that. Excuse me. But also, like, I just, you know, I can't tell people what's going on sometimes in my life if I don't tell them about that part, you know, and I don't know if I'll always be in AA. So I'm not trying to be, you know, I'm not trying to be like a, you know, a role model or anything like that. But that should save my life, I think. Here's what it did. It gave me perspective. And my perspective is still, my perspective isn't clear, but it gave me a glimpse that I was seeing the world wrong and that the world was so much more comfortable than I thought it was. That the world wanted me here so much more than I thought it did. That I had the ability to be of service in the world more than I thought I could. That I was okay. You know, I remember having a day, even a moment, a thought that, man, I'm okay. And that's all it was. It just popped in my head. I'm okay. And it was real. It was a feeling. Oh, I'm okay. And to realize that you never have had that, it's like getting hit by a missile and blowing up, but not moving but also nothing happening at the exact same time. It's like getting hit by a reality missile. It just hits you and goes inside you and blows the fuck up. But all the shrapnel stays right in and all the shrapnel is good. And you're okay. And the perspective is you see it, you get a glimpse like, oh man, I didn't have, nobody taught me the math right. Nobody taught me the math right. Sometimes you teach yourself your own emotional math as you grow up. And you got your own, okay, this and this and then that, and you carry that, and then this feels like that, and that feels like that, and this person doesn't like, and this person hates, and this is how I feel, and that's why, and okay, and it's always going to be like that, and let's fucking go. I'll put on some